Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this game in the 2024 Zelda 1 Randomizer Winter Tournament between MoonrisenPhoenix and Bakudah. We are in the round of 16 of the Best of the Rest bracket. It's Game 2. Moonrisen took Game 1 in surprisingly close finish for everything that happened in that seed. Bakudah looking to even it up today. I'm Smile. I'm joined by CD Improv today.
Hey, Smile, how's your day going?
Pretty good so far. We've also got bbq.gov joining us on tracking.
Yay!
So what would we like to see in this seed?
I want to see Silver's blocked by, how about a power bracelet that is in 9?
Oh my.
Because we didn't quite get that in the spoilers, the earlier afternoon race. We didn't quite get the chain of causality that I was hoping for.
So white sword Adam Silvers. Oh,
yeah.
exciting.
Underneath the power bracelet spot. And how about either Bogey's arrow or that one all the way up in Death Mountain that nobody ever wants to check?
All right, we're starting in the northeast today. We've got a recorder.
Yay! All right, see, it's almost like Jess was in the race room. It looks like we're going to pick up a nice purple sword. I love the colors of MoonrisenPhoenix's skin. We're going to get our sword. Then we're going to go check this northeast corner.
I love Letter Cave for being one of the exceptions to the open cave rule, really.
It is kind of funny. Like, the first time I've ever, like, you try to whistle to that screen, hey, level 3. Oh, this is not second quest. I don't think we're in the right spot. Hold on.
Maybe first quest.
Yeah, this could be first quest. It's definitely not second because there wouldn't be any rooms there. And if we're lucky, maybe it'll be shapes. That'd be cool.
And those are rainbow bubbles.
Ooh, I like rainbow bubbles. Okay, because those aren't even red and white. I would love to have some shapes. We've seen so many second quest seeds that I'm kind of looking for some shapes. To answer a question in chat, MoonrisenPhoenix's avatar, his sprite, is actually a My Little Pony. Alright, we're gonna get a free key here on the floor. We've got a decent amount of bombs for both of our runners, because these are bomb droppers in level 3. Disco floor! And yeah, those are still regular bubbles. Until we see either Stalfos or snakes, then we're not gonna really know for sure what in the world our second half of the seed is.
Advires and Gurias on the disco dance floor. We saw a moat, but maybe there's another way of going around here.
Well, if this is first quest 3, I'm trying to picture in my head if that is where you'd have the room to the south still?
Yeah.
So you could, yeah, there's a key door there. So in theory, you could walk through the key door, go over there, and hope that it bombs.
Yeah, I'm just hoping there's not more water on the other side.
You don't want a ladder. We have to find the ladder to find everything else, to find the power bracelet. I think it would be great. Alright, so Moon is having a little bit of a hard time with these bubbles here in level 3. They're kind of being jerks. It's like, dude, I don't have a sword. Please just let me hit you. There's a power bracelet in 3. That's
in the Triforce room. Pretty good room.
I like super rooms. Those make me happy. Alright, Moon is going to see if he can bomb to the north, and then hopefully safety door down these land modes. This is first quest 3. So we have first quest front half. Alright, come back, Landmo. We're trying to stab you and you're running away. Can you get your butt back over here, please? And they're like, no, why would we do that? Oh, hey, we have to kill a Gleeok in order to get the Triforce in level 3. Yay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yay! Now, Bakudah is going to go ahead and try to clear this room. We know that this room won't actually have a floor drop in level 3. But that's one of those things that a lot of people, you kind of forget every so often. The only room normally that level is going to have a floor drop in is level 1, and then some of the second quest shenanigans can cause it to have some drops. To answer a question in chat from bbq.gov, our tracker, no, we have to kill a Gleeok, a 3-headed Gleeok, to get the Triforce in 3. We'll be back later.
We have 2 rupee bombs, by the way.
Ooh, I like cheap bombs. Cheap bombs are good. Alright, there is a blue boomerang on the floor. So our items in level 3 are going to be the power bracelet, the blue boomerang, and a Triforce that we're going to come back for later.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah, we just need MoonrisenPhoenix to find the compass, and oddly enough, he does have the compass, good. It's going to point him in the direction of the Triforce and the item, because it's a super room.
Yeah, just take a little walk over there. We have a medium secret of 35, so it's nice when that rolls up.
Oh yeah, it's definitely... Hey, heart! Alright, so this isn't terrible. This gives us 4 hearts. There is a white sword. We don't know what in the world it is, but man, I hope it's silver's blocked by a... Well, I guess it can't be blocked by a power bracelet now, because we've got the power bracelet. I'm sad.
What do we want instead? Raft spot?
Sure, we can do... And then put the raft spot behind, like, the bow. Maybe with the bow in 9? That'd be cool. I'd be okay with this. Bakudah's going to take an unfortunate overworld death, but we're not too far from our start screen. So he's just going to be able to retrace some of his steps here. Meanwhile, MoonrisenPhoenix is going to do a very nice bomb there. He is going to get a return on his explosives. But yeah, take out the moblins and then get a key, but maybe don't go that way.
Bakudah's grabbing a blue candle for 68 rupees.
That doesn't seem terrible. We have pretty decent money, it seems, so far. I'm waiting for it to give us a 51 large secret, and then I'll be a little sad.
So we have same flags as for the whole tournament, which is why we were kind of talking about what dungeons we're in. There is a mixed plus shapes setting to the dungeons, and dungeons 1 through 6 will be first quest. And thus far, evidence seems to be that 7 through 9 could be shapes.
Yeah, hey, Any Roads, how are you doing today? I don't know where he entered the Any Roads, but one of them takes us down to vanilla level 3.
Okay, that's a little bit southwesterly.
Yeah, that's kind of good. It's a 126 large secret. All right, I'm okay with this money. This is good. We could definitely buy a blue ring if we have to on this money.
This is a great place to come with your candle as well, so don't mind taking a look around here.
Yeah, burn all the things.
You can take our recorder to Recorder Lake as well.
Hey, that's always useful. I mean, other than having the ladder and the raft, Bakudah has all of the things that could be blocking, like, a majority of this overworld. So he should, in theory, be able to find most of his levels.
So unfortunately, even with the nice money, our door repair charge has rolled almost to near max. It's I said almost to near. It's minus 24.
Ow. Ow, that's rather painful, game. Why are you being mean all of a sudden? Alright, there is the candle information for MoonrisenPhoenix. He hasn't found the large secret just yet, or much money, it would seem.
Yeah, if he takes a little walk down from here, he should be able to get to 2 mediums. There's those Any Roads.
See, but unfortunately for Moonrisen... Okay, Death Mountain. Oh, there's Whiz Robes. These are actually pretty decent. This is good world coverage.
Oh, yeah. A small secret of 9, by the way, so that's relatively inbounds for normal. Candle Row, also a great place to bring your candle, so Bakudah might be back to that later. Here's a level. It's level 8 at the 1Q6 spot. Uh-oh.
Well, alright. Let's see what he does.
I think this is a spiral quest. Well, no, it's not first quest because we know that already.
Yeah, we know it's not first quest. It could, in fact, be second quest. We just haven't seen any Stelphos or any Robo-Snakes to kind of confirm it. But I got all excited! Alright, let's see. No, take the stair, Bakudah! I kinda want to see a room popping off to the left here, because that would just tell us for sure that it's not second quest 8.
Or we could try pushing this wall.
Yeah, walk through. Alright, MoonrisenPhoenix has $1. He's gonna screen scroll over, try to avoid the Lionel. Oh, come on, game. Well, we got first quest front half, second quest back half.
So no shapes in this one, but knowing the maps can speed you up. The book does not give you maps in this flag set.
Yeah, very true. I mean, you at least know, for the most part, where in the world there will be a room you can bomb into, and where there won't be. But at some point, I really do miss being able to play Name That Ink Blot every single time. And
Yeah,
yes.
I think I said at one point, we just need to start coming up with other names for the levels.
Yeah, just call them like something else. I mean, if I thought other people were going to call them cinnamon rolls, I don't know that I would have actually said that in the first place. But
yeah, but it's revealed all the cinnamon not likers.
I know. I think
more for me.
Yeah, more for me too. I happen to really enjoy cinnamon. I actually have a bucket of the Trader Joe's jelly beans on my desk, and I'm just going, you know what would be even better if they had like a cinnamon flavored one.
Is it like a variety jelly beans?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're the only company that actually tastes really good that does a dye-free jelly bean.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I can't have food coloring anymore. But anyway, yay! We're gonna move on in the race here. Now, this is the crescent moon for MoonrisenPhoenix. Moon, I would actually go back in that door and clear that shoot room from the bottom with the beam swords.
We've made a discovery of 2 HP keys. Not sure if we've already seen this.
I don't know. Hey, there's the shooty Stalfoses, but at least they rolled down to 1 hit today.
That's
Triforce.
fantastic.
Yeah, this is good. We're okay with this. Room. Because this room in level 2, wow, it didn't drop. Thanks, game. Alternate name Dungeons by the Foot. Alright, Stamm, I get you there. That is an old person reference for a lunchbox snack. Alright, so MoonrisenPhoenix is going to continue working in 2. He got the boomerang out, but on those 2 HP keys, it is not going to do you any good.
Yeah, hopefully we can get something slightly nicer for combat in here.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Heart Shuffle is on, so there could still be a lot of hearts strewn about. This could be a double heart too, for all we know.
Oh! Look! Good job, Smile Fire! Say it again!
White sword!
Tell the game we want a pony.
We want a pony.
Okay, there we go. Now the game should give us not a pony, because the game isn't going to be that kind, but you know, maybe something else shiny. Alright, so MoonrisenPhoenix now has white sword damage, which is amazing and we love it. He's also got a couple of rupees so we can afford to buy some bombs later. Oh, Jess, I love that. Potato Pony appears suddenly in the dungeon. Yes, there's a compass for MoonrisenPhoenix.
That's okay. Potato Pony might have some stats for us.
Yay! We like those. Alright, Bakudah's gonna find a shoot room here in this spirally 8. And very true, guys, MoonrisenPhoenix's skin is in fact a My Little Pony.
And a heart.
Well, I mean, we get to live longer and hit things harder with a sword, so this is good.
And build up to picking up the white sword item, wherever that may be.
Hopefully blocked by a bunch of terrible things and is absolutely 100% necessary. Good use of the boomerang to keep the Stalfos from shooting him there, as MoonrisenPhoenix is going to get Triforce out of level 2.
And then you can go back to 3 at any time.
Yeah, because it's right next to their start screen. So, you know, I would wait as long as I possibly could, because that is not a great room to clear a Gleeok out of.
And Blue Ring is going to be reachable at some point, if you save up your money.
Yeah, very true, especially with the 100+ large secret. Alright, so Bakudah continuing to work his way here through level 8. I don't believe we've seen any items at the moment.
Yeah, because he got the Armos heart, so...
Yeah, so that's where his extra came up. I don't know that MoonrisenPhoenix has... I think MoonrisenPhoenix may have gotten it as well, because he's up to 5 now?
Yeah, believe so.
Okay. Because there's the one at a level 2 and then the one from underneath the Yarmos. He's going to get a little bit more money. I'd like, yes, do a save. Saving is good. Bakudah just picked up, I think, a key from the middle of this room in 8.
Well, it is giving us keys.
Yeah, the keys are actually really, really helpful. Now, MoonrisenPhoenix doesn't have the item out of here yet. I don't know if he actually made it into the room, and because I think he used the key to go south instead of going to the right down this direction.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to push a block, but I don't think he has.
Yeah, I don't think he got it. There's the compass in level 8 for Bakudah. He's doing a really good job in this room because it's got some sort of blocks in it, I think.
Kind of. Bakudah's been down that way, so
Yeah.
I wonder. Well, I know there was a chute in the way, so maybe
Yeah.
just weren't able to get around that.
Hey, there's a bomb wall in level 8. And a ladder block. Alright, thanks, game. And look at this, though. Bakudah's already up to 173 rupees. This is not a horrible thing. MoonrisenPhoenix needs to get this guy out of the way. Good job, Moon. Alright, he's gonna get a key for his trouble and be able to walk in and get his item as long as he makes it past the Gliok. And then just make the mental note that we come back here much, much later when we have a bit more artillery or defense.
Well, we can beat the keys in one swipe now, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, Silver's in level 8. Game.
Well, okay, so Bakudah did up an A, so these are actually relatively close to the start of the level.
Yeah, that's actually really good for... Oh, Moon is like, alright, I'm going to see if I can take on this Gliok. The Gliok, however, is just going to murder us.
It's okay, we gave it a go. Back
And
to
we
3
got
hearts
to
and we're out.
Yeah, and we got to see what his HP looks like, so that's valuable information for when we should come back later. Bakudah is going to get the Manhandla down, get his bombs back, and find absolutely nothing else in that room.
Turnstile. So, okay, the other side of the Chevy is just a turnstile room.
Oh, alright, thanks, game. Hey, look, Moon can now afford that candle. Let's hope he was keeping track.
I think he's going right there.
Well, I thought the candle shop was the bomb wall that was up next to the Any Road number 1.
Well, I think he wanted to go right there, but he found a
Okay.
door repair because it was on the way.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, he's gonna go north here, and then he can get to the candle store. So here we go. Moon's gonna go get his candle. Bakudah's continuing in level 8. I think I'm a little sad that the candle is 68 rupees, but at the very least, this means that the rest of the take-any's for the rest of the game, we can either take potions or hearts.
Yeah, and there were possible regrets about not picking up a potion earlier on in the previous race. So.
Oh, I missed that one, I think. Or I was on another channel or at work.
So there was... Level 6 was about the last level you found, and it had a required maze room of blue wizrobes along the way.
Oh, ow. That is rotten. You gotta love it when the game does stuff like that. But alright, we're gonna find 7 on MoonrisenPhoenix's side underneath Monocle Rock.
Entering kind of in the middle, like almost
Yeah.
when you finish the spiral, but maybe it lets us into the center here?
Yeah, I mean, this enemy set so far, like, this is not horrible. I'm trying to remember if we had these guys in level 2, because I know we saw a couple of, I think Wizrobs somewhere, maybe, unless I'm thinking of the seed we just finished. No, more blue Gurias, okay. This is acceptable.
Yeah, this seems...
Oh yeah, thanks, Tom. Tom's reminding me that the Wizrobs are on the overworld. Well, okay, we found the very tip of the tail in level 8 for Bakudah. Yeah, sorry, Smile. I am totally awake.
Ah, no worries. Plenty of staircases in level 8 to explore.
Oh, well, hey, now we found multicolored bubbles. Yay!
Joy.
One of them is going to tag MoonrisenPhoenix, but he does have bombs, and there's a blue bubble in the room. Really good bomb from Moon. He was patient and waited out the jumpy bat heads. We're gonna find another transport in level 7. Now, since he is in the middle of that 9-room chunk, I would actually not take this, and I would do as many of these rooms as I possibly can.
Yeah, might run into some shoots, but if you do that, then you know.
Yeah, and you at least know that the mugger is, you know, say, oh,
Hey.
hello, Bo, on the floor of 7.
Wow, so our key ingredients really are in second quest levels.
Mm-hmm. These are wonderful.
Now the question becomes, where are the rest of our levels?
I don't know, but this is going to be some form of staircase room for MoonrisenPhoenix as he gets clocked with a boomerang. Those rotten jerk faces, he was just about out the door.
Oh, I could take a walk back down there.
Yeah, it's not going to be that far, but I mean, and exactly right, boy. I'm kind of thinking this feels really, really familiar. Oddly enough, I was about to say I'd pay that guy in keys. I have the keys. We have a decent amount of money. Moon's gonna try
giving
to
us keys.
Yeah, I know, this is cool. Which is kind of weird for a back half that is second quest, because there's a lot of key doors sometimes.
As you were saying, trying to reverse clip in this turnstile room.
Well, yeah, and here's the tricky part, though. So if you don't get the positioning correct the first time, you have to walk all the way back out of the block and reset the entire thing. Same thing with doing the clip from the other side. If you don't hit it on the first time, you have to get right back out, and then you have to do it all over again. But it looks like we're going to leave 7 alone for now. I mean, we did get a decent chunk of information out of there. We got the bow, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, we take those.
And we're gonna find level 6. Okay. First quest 6, however. This is a little bit chunkier than second quest 6.
Answering our question of where the levels are. Just right here.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for... Oh, there's the recorder we started the game with on the floor. Jess is calling for ladder here in level 6.
So the silvers seemed quite deep, and Bakudah has spent a lot of time in 8.
See, chat was actually saying, so Stom in chat was saying that the silvers were actually pretty close to the screen you started on, but it was on the other side of a bomb wall in 8.
Oh, I've already forgotten. That's...
I'm like, I can still kind of see the conversation in chat, so.
Yeah,
there's a
now
book. Yay, we got a book in 6. We like books because it means that the old men, instead of spouting, I don't even know what they're saying today because I don't think we've seen it yet, or I don't think I've been paying attention yet, we're going to actually get helpful hints, which means that when we get a hint, it will be true. It may or may not be relevant depending upon if it's a "are you are here" hint or a, you know, you already found this, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway hint.
Yeah, so if you're Moonrisen, you're hoping it tells you about, like, the silvers or the ladder.
Yes. Yeah, ladder, while we don't know if it's required or not, is always a nice thing to have.
I would like to mention that Bakudah has picked up the raft. I'm not completely sure where he got it in this level.
Well, we haven't seen him taken out of a staircase, so I'm going to assume it was on the floor.
It looks like this is kind of the place he was trying to get to. Way over to the Triforce as well as...
Ooh! Buy it! Buy it! Buy it! Buy it! Yeah!
+3.
Alright, that is a little expensive but worth it, and we gotta kill some keys for our Triforce. One is along the coast.
Alrighty.
As I make a note of that in my handy-dandy Z-tracker. Now, how much do you want to hope that it's, let's hope it's on the raft spot. Let's have one be on coast raft.
We need some intrigue in this seed.
Yeah, we need something. Here is the Triforce out of level 8 for Bakudah. He's got 2 of the items. He's gonna go ahead and leave. And I can't say that I blame him. You get the Triforce, you get 2 of the items. One of those items being silvers, and you're gonna just take it and run. Poor Spiky is making terrible Oh! Spiky is tanky today, guys.
Wow,
Look at that. That was yeah. And I was like, no.
that was impressive.
Yeah, he's like, he's eating his Wheaties. Oh man, that's funny. All right, Bakudah is going to give us our first look at the grave. Armos checks. MoonrisenPhoenix, it looks like he's going to decide not to continue that way at the moment. There are a couple of rooms back in your start that he hasn't explored yet. This could be good.
Yeah, there's something familiar about the recorder tune in my head, but it's almost like I think it's maybe cut off or missing a couple of notes that would really help me figure it out. Level 4.
Hey! Oh, it's almost the same color as 6. Alright, so now all we are missing are levels 1, 5, and 9. And we know that Aquamentus is somewhere along the coast today.
Yeah, he would be in level 1.
Yep. Alright, so Bakudah is gonna find a tea room in 4. Note the key on the floor, there's no reason to clear this.
There's Dark Nut in here, in 4.
Ooh, fun! To answer a question in chat, is ladder in 9 possible? Or have we found something indicating otherwise yet? We have not found anything that would say that ladder could or couldn't be in level 9 yet. So because of the flag, remove most open stairs. I'm awake. Because of important items in level 9, if the ladder is blocking a level or a Triforce, it cannot be in level 9. If it's not blocking a Triforce or a level, it could be in level 9, and we haven't found everything yet. Alright, transport staircase here in 6 for Moon. And Chad is guessing Star Tropics or Shadow's theme from Final Fantasy, I think that's 6.
That could actually be right. I think that's what is resounding in my head. Are the staircase in level 4?
Alright, again, these are not terrible. There is a white sword something or other out there somewhere. We may or may not end up seeing.
And Triforce all the way down in the tail of level 6.
Woohoo! Alright, well Moon's done in 6, though. That's good. You don't have to go back there. It's always a relief. We're gonna go... Oh, it's a red ring! We want it! Give it up. In the forest, somewhere is a red ring.
Right here?
Yeah. Oh, we have the 5 hearts. That gives us a really good chance.
That's huge. That gives Moonrisen offense and defense.
It really would. It would give us a, oh gosh, especially on this really rotten screen. You know, ironically, I think that counts as the forest, oddly enough. Alright, Moon's gonna take an unfortunate death. Looks like we're gonna go buy some more bombs, because bombs are good. I don't think we're gonna see him buy, a blue ring anytime soon, if we know that there is a red ring somewhere in a forest that we can get to.
Yeah, I think,
He's whistling back to 6. Save himself a couple of screens here.
I think we should be able to do everything and find it, so...
Yeah. Because there's no ladder blocks in the forest, there's a couple of recorder spots, but we have the recorder. Moon does a good job of getting around these guys. Waylon says hi again, everybody.
Yeah, definitely Shadow's theme, Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, that's not him. Darn. Alright, Moon is going to whistle back to 6 because it's a lot easier than going down the stairs being shot at by Lionels. And Bakudah is continuing to work his way here through level 4.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I was laughing at the cat, Bakudah. I'm so sorry. Waylon was like singing along with the song there. It was kind of cute, but weird.
Interesting.
Alright, we got a 61 rupee bait and a 99 rupee key. Ow.
Yeah, let's hope to avoid that. Maybe any key on the coast? Well, we don't want it on the coast, actually.
No, because then we'd have to go get a ladder. Thankfully, first quest 8 doesn't burn. We get a compass in level 4 for Bakudah, which tells us our Triforce is kind of, hey, there's one, all the way down on the coast.
So 1 was the big play yesterday. That any key, the raft to get to level 6.
Oh wow.
Some third thing.
Oh,
Aha.
well, okay. We know that 9 is going to be somewhat vanilla-ish.
Level 9 on Death Mountain, so hey, regular boomerang.
Dang it, I don't have any vanilla ice cream. There's a ladder! That skeleton was wearing a ladder. He's like, dude, you just took my Halloween costume. What the heck?
That's an interesting Halloween costume.
Well, he wanted to be... Well, I mean, come on. If the guy from How I Met Your Mother can be a hanging Chad, then the Stalfos can be a spice rack.
And any key on the floor in level 4, Bakudah's got it.
That's really nice for Bakudah. I mean, Moon hasn't really had a lot of key issues, but at the same time, there's a lot of levels left. We might need to dig very deeply for Triforces. I don't know.
Yeah, like, all that time in 8 did give him some keys, but no guarantee that other dungeons will be much friendlier. Triforce out of 4 as well.
There we go. Bakudah's like, hey, I've got a red can. Was it red candle in 4? No, why is that marked?
Heart in a staircase and any key.
I clicked on the wrong button. We're doing good. Oh, Bakudah's gonna take an unfortunate death to the orange whiz robes that are on the overworld. I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes when there's whiz robes on the overworld, if I'm in a dungeon for long enough, I forget. Get the clock! There you go. Good job, Moon. I forget that there are whiz robes until I walk out the door and I start getting shot by the whiz robes. But this is actually good for Bakudah. He's about to find level 6 here.
Wizards are like precision positioned to run straight into them always.
Oh yeah. Well, they actually respond to where you enter and exit a screen. Like, if you're coming at it, say they're down on the coast or whatever, there's the compass for MoonrisenPhoenix. It's going to tell them it might save them the key. We'll see. This could be our item room. But yeah, so if you enter, there's usually going to be a blue wizrobe directly across from you, and it doesn't usually matter where you're entering the screen, it feels like. That wizrobe is always directly across from you. Good job in Bakudah taking, in 6 for Bakudah taking out the Dodongos. Now, he only... Oh, I was mathing. Hey, there's a heart in a staircase in 1.
Question, chat, what were the money secrets like? I believe there were 9, 35, and 126.
Yeah, not too shabby. Definitely not too shabby.
And door repair was minus 24.
Well, that part was not nice, but we're gonna get a red ring somewhere.
I think we still have 2 of those large secrets outstanding, but yeah, Moonrisen has seen the hint for the white sword item, which is the red ring. It's in the forest. There's a book for Bakudah. He's already seen the recorder.
That's what I was about to ask. I was like, did he walk through the recorder room?
Yeah, neither of them has been interested in double recorder strats, unfortunately.
They don't want to be a walrus? That's disappointing. Alright, MoonrisenPhoenix is about to get his Triforce out of level 1. He's done. He's seen all 3 items. And hey, we got a ladder just in time to go get whatever in the world's hanging out on the coast. And since we've seen both boomerangs, there's a chance it might be useful.
That's that's alright.
It keeps us alive until we get our red ring from somewhere in the forest.
Fortunately, we ran straight into Zora on our way back out.
Yeah, she's a jerk. It's okay. I mean, she's just trying to help in quotation marks. And I totally agree with chat. A heart is definitely generally more useful than boomerang, but MoonrisenPhoenix was just showing us exactly why we want to pick up the boomerang, because he stunned the Lionel, walked through him, and did not take a sword to the face.
Hi Rick, we're 1 through 6 first quests and 7 through 9 second quest.
You sound so happy, Smile Fires.
I'm happy to see Rick.
Yay! Hi Rick! I mean, it's almost Easter Bunny Day.
That's true.
Alright, Bakudah is going to get the same hint about level 1 being on the coast. We now know that it is the open cave directly near the the ladder spot. It's going to have the ladder in it.
Yeah, that old man room is fortunately somewhat tough to avoid.
And apparently we're pining for fjords. Or however you would correctly say that.
I think the J becomes like a Y sound, so it's fjords.
Fjords. these things that exist, as we are one heart away from potentially being able to pick up the magical sword.
Language is what you want it to be.
I think we should just talk. Hey, there's the ring! Woohoo!
We can consult the Book of Armaments and become very much more defensive.
Woohoo! Yay! We now have 80 gazillion hearts. This is amazing.
Oh, hello, Wisrobes.
Just in time to live through this screen. So this is really good for MoonrisenPhoenix, even if it's a door repair. We didn't die.
Medium secret.
Alright, we're gonna get paid for our pain.
And one more spot.
Bakudah's about to get the information that Spiky is very tanky today, by the way. I love it.
Bomb and it doesn't finish at the job.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Spiky ate his Wheaties. What can we say? Alright, now, we don't know about Bakudah yet, because he hasn't gotten a couple more hearts out of these dungeons that Moonrisenphoenix has found. But once he gets the one more heart, he is guaranteed to be able to pick up the red ring that he now knows is somewhere in the forest.
We're finally working our way over to Vanilla Star. We've just been busy doing other things.
Wow. I mean, we're missing levels 5 and 9. We do know that 9 will be somewhat vanilla E and be up in Death Mountain today.
It'll be second quest 9.
Yay! Maybe it'll be in the second quest 9 spot.
That is 3 door repairs in a row, I believe, and I think Moonrisen was debating just retrying.
I mean, if I had known where my last save was, I probably would have thought about it too. Now, Moon with the bow, I would have to imagine the first arrow shop he finds, if he has money for it, he would probably end up picking up the arrows. Though we know that those silvers are free and readily available in level 8.
Yeah, the other helpful thing is Pull's voice in the overworld.
True, but there are these terrible things called gomas.
Stay away, Gomas.
Yeah. Oh, and this also, with the red ring, the white sword, and all of these hearts, it does mean that Moon shouldn't have much of a problem going back into level 3 and taking out the 3-headed Gleeok that's blocking the Triforce there.
Yeah, and they can kind of do that anytime, so might as well keep exploring and figure out where the rest of the seed is.
There is the Triforce pickup for Bakudah, and holy cow, that Triforce really was in the last possible room in level 6.
Yeah, I think there's a staircase that saves you some time, but
yikes.
Still putting some time into that level.
Oh, Bakudah, you don't want to go that way, Bakudah. This is Blue Lionel Central. Oh, a little bit of a slideshow, but Bakudah's gonna make it up the stairs, only taking a single Lionel beam. He's gonna get the news that this is not an item. Now, do you record her out, or do you walk out and take your chances? This is gonna be a heart for MoonrisenPhoenix, because again, we can now potentially pick up the magical sword, but probably not.
So that one Lionel did turn, but unfortunately the other one was ready.
Oh man, poor Bakudah almost made it, but thankfully we aren't too far away from our start screen at this point. Now, for Bakudah, when he does eventually head over towards the Lost Hills and the Vanilla White Sword Cave, he will eventually find level 2, which is going to get him the offensive upgrade in the White Sword.
Got the red ring hint.
Yeah, he's like, wait, did I see that right? Okay. Now we're gonna burn the entire forest looking for the red ring. Just saying. To answer your question in chat, I don't believe we've seen the magical sword, but we haven't found 5 or 9 yet, so there's still time.
Yeah, I think it's still outstanding. Would have been great if it was right here, but okay. Another large secret.
I mean, let's just put everything in the northeast corner of the map. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, first quest level 3 was in any road. That's why you skipped that.
Yep. We've already kind of seen it. Now, Moonrisen is still looking for levels 8 and 4, which he'll find when he works his way around to the grave. Bakudah is going to unfortunately take another death to a Wizrobe. But this could almost work out. it would be really nice if he hangs to the left here. He's about to find level 7. Now, we do eventually have to go back into level 7 to end up picking up, oh, is he just gonna nope out? Oh, he's just gonna nope out. Alright. Well, level 7 has a bow on the floor somewhere in the chunky center part.
Yeah, and we weren't, like, immediately steered toward a Triforce that I saw, so...
Yeah. Moon, I think, took a death to something after picking up the bow. Because the enemy set was, at the time, before Red Ring, it wasn't very friendly.
I remember definitely a bunch of gorillas.
Yeah, boomerang. Yes, he was coming through the door. He'd almost made it out the door, and he got a blue boomerang to the side of the head. Bakudah is going to take another death to a very jerk-facey either Wizrobe or Lionel.
Yeah, having both on your overworld, and they can hit you at long range, and you can walk straight into them.
And then teleport in your general direction when you're not walking straight at them is also kind of rude. It's like, dude, I was trying to stay out of your way, and then you decided you had to come over here.
Alright, any road time, maybe Death Mountain?
Yeah, I would agree with the Death Mountain play. Yes. Nope. Candle Row. We've also apparently got to do Candle Row. And thank you guys very much for the raid. Welcome to the race.
Aha! Magical sword is by a lake.
Alright, so if Moon finds the magical sword under Candle Row, as Bakudah is going to find his 6th heart, which guarantees him to be able to pick up the red ring, which is one screen to the south. Nope, nope, there you go. Just go south, finish burning the forest, and he's about to get a very nice present.
So welcome folks into this race. It's between MoonrisenPhoenix and Bakudah. It's game 2 of their series. Moonrisen is up by a game. We know in this seed so far we've got first quest dungeons as our levels 1 through 6, and second quest dungeons as our 7 through 9. Bakudah's got the red ring!
Yay! Good job, Bakudah. Now you have 80 gazillion hearts as well, and we're going to stand up a little bit better to the blue Wizrobe screen that is waiting for him directly to the right.
So far, important things to beat the seed. There's a bow on the floor of level 7, which Bakudah will have to go in and get eventually, and then there's silver arrows in level 8. So, they've each done, like, a relatively deep dive on one of those, and then they'll have to go back into the other to finish it up.
And we have exceptionally cheap bombs, which is always a nice relief. Alright, so Bakudah's going to finish bombing the coast. Now, he's heading down and around this corner, which is going to bring him up to Bakudah. You have the red ring. Just walk through them. Ow. That screen is painful, however. This is going to get Bakudah a heart off the coast and level 1. With the any key, Bakudah might actually make it faster through level 1 than MoonrisenPhoenix did because he was trying to save keys at the time.
Yeah, this is going to catch him up on hard count in a hurry. So, even though Moonrisen has been sitting there with effective 40 hearts for a little while now.
I know. I love this. This is great. Alright, so Bakudah, just open up all the key doors. You've got the any key. You don't have to worry about pirouetting anything. You don't have to worry about trying. Hey, we found 5!
It was just at the desert shop, but the screen was treacherous.
Wait, is that the one that killed Bakudah a couple of moments ago?
I think so, yeah.
Alright, so still outstanding. Level 9, which we know today is somewhat vanilla and is going to be up on Death Mountain. I mean, the somewhat vanilla part is the fact that, you know, Death Mountain 9, vanilla. But maybe it'll get a little bit tricksy and put it, like, how about under a recorder spot or power bracelet spot or something fun.
Yeah, a little bit interesting.
Something a little different would be nice. There was a heart on the floor of level 5. Bakudah's gonna see and pick up the regular banana in level 1. Okay. To answer your question, we're stealing the Southwest's Halloween costume again, as Bakudah's gonna get his ladder. In second quest, level 8 is the bomb spot that is one screen to the south of the arrow. But that technically isn't Death Mountain, so our 9 can't be there. Alright, Bakudah, meanwhile, is continuing to work his way here through level 1. There is one more item in a staircase, which I believe is a couple of rooms to the north. Nice. Ladder click. Oh, he almost had it.
Nice.
He, like, in a dark room, too. That's yeah. Good job, Moon.
Wait, so the arrow isn't on Death Mountain, or the bomb spot under it?
No, the arrow is in Death Mountain, but the bomb spot underneath it is actually, I believe, considered a river spot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's along the water. And if I want to verify it, I could go into my handy-dandy Z-tracker, click on 9, and see what lights up.
Alright.
Hey,
it's a wand!
Alright, we don't say no to this. There are red and blue bubbles and other regular bubble rooms. This is added damage until you can find arrows for your bow.
Yeah, and not that I want to invite it, but like the bubbles have not played a huge role to this point.
Please knock on wood. Oh, bomb upgrade for MoonrisenPhoenix. Now, Moon early in the game had actually paid a mugger with a bomb, so this would have been a +3 bomb upgrade, but instead it's just going to bring him back the one that he paid and then 2 extras.
So 10 bombs total.
Yeah, still very nice to have. Any added bomb capacity when you already have a red ring and we know that they can get to the silvers without buying bait or anything like that, it's a bonus.
I've been gathering that they both like bomb upgrades. They nearly immediately bought one each in the last seed.
Nice. I mean, it is a very nice thing to have. Bakudah, meanwhile, is continuing to look for the staircase item in level 1. Now, I think what he's going to do is go up the column into, like, the head of the eagle. Because I want to say it was in the room right before it turns to the left.
Yep, believe you're correct. And he's seen the Triforce, so he's just leaving no stone unturned.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. It's level 1, it's small. He still doesn't have the bow out of level 7 because he walked into 7 and then went, no, I'm not digging this right now. I'll come back later. Which, if you're Bakudah, that is a very good choice because there's also outstanding for him is going to be level 2, which is at vanilla level 5, which is a lot smaller, a lot easier to dig, and will get him that white sword as well. But then the game's going to be like, hey, you, go back into level 7 at some point. We hope.
Wasn't quite able to fill up on bombs, but did get some.
Okay, Moon is doing the river checks here. What else is considered by a lake? So these aren't actually considered by a lake. Forgotten Spot is considered by a lake. The spot across the water from Forgotten Spot is also by a lake. All of Candle Row. And there's one spot down in the forest, I think, that counts as by the lake, the forest over to the right, as Bakudah gets to Triforce at a level 1.
Coast Heart for Bakudah and a letter from Moonrisen.
Alright, so I think I'm very happy about the letter pickup. Bakudah's gonna go back into level 1 and continue looking for the last item. I think he just wanted to see what the coast was, just in case it was the bow. Looks like the bogey's arrow is not gonna be anything today.
Yeah, oh well.
And answer a question in chat, White Sword Cave is a lake, but I think we've seen MoonrisenPhoenix go in there already.
Yeah, it's been checked.
Yeah, this next room here is going to be the item for Bakudah. And in this case, it's just a heart. But, you know, with how many deaths we've unfortunately taken, between both of our runners, we've taken a decent amount of deaths. Added health with the red ring is a very, very nice thing.
Wow, that was a whole lot of spots that did not open up here.
Yeah, I'm going, alright, well maybe it will be the power bracelet that is the vanilla second quest letter spot. That would be kind of trolly.
Just mixed quest things. Any given spot that doesn't open in both quests is going to be less than a 50% chance to actually open.
Yeah, and that's a good point from our tracker that we don't believe we've seen either raft spot, but here's the thing. The raft spot on the coast doesn't count for by a lake, but the raft spot for vanilla level 4 does.
Magical sword!
There it is! Woohoo!
We got it.
Wow. Mags is by a lake and we just found it. And it's available to pick up at that many hearts.
Got a key store at the coast draft spot. There it is.
Yay!
Oh,
Alright.
that's 4.
Yeah, MoonrisenPhoenix still has to find 4 and 8 and 9. So he's got a bit more work to do. And we need him, when he goes into 8, we need him to dig it. Bakudah is going to take advantage of the coast raft spot and find some cheap bait.
Yeah, Moonrisen has that candle. The button probably just didn't button, and so sometimes you have to click the button again.
Or it could have just been Gremlins. I like blaming it on Gremlins. Did you know that they're making another Gremlins movie?
How?
I don't really know. I haven't watched Gremlins since I was, like, probably a teenager at this point, so I don't even remember if they left it open to a sequel. TV series! Oh, that's even worse.
Oh no.
Like, that's a lot of Gremlins. I thought I saw it was a movie because they were like Gremlins on a plane, and I was like, what in the world is this?
Well, depending on the format, could still be like movie-length episodes. I've seen that with some.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Oh, the animated series. No, they're making an actual. They're making an actual movie. And now Zora is playing with the cardboard thingies from the board game that I was popping out, and it's freaking adorable.
Oh.
Yeah, she's so much nicer than the Zora in this video game. Oh, look at this, the magical sword just completely sliced through all of the enemies in this floor. This is great for Moon.
I was trying to... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was trying to count, and I was still thinking that he had white swords. I counted wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, look, the Zols finally go down to 1 hit. This is beautiful. We like when this happens. And I bet even those little Dig Dogger pups are going to go down to a single hit. Well, not a single hit, but you know what I mean. Well, I don't know, actually. What is, so magical sword damage is what, 4?
Yeah, 4.
Oh, so yeah, nope, it would still take a bomb and a hit, wouldn't it? Because they're beefy little dudes.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, Bakudah is in level 7. Now, we know that there's a bow on the floor in a 5-pair room somewhere here in 7. Oh, wow, I did not realize there were so many sequels of 80s movies coming out. Moonrisen's gonna get a really good bomb on that Dongo. Now, Moonrisen is still looking for the Silver Sitter in 8. 4 is a relatively small level, so you find the staircase, you clear this.
Okay, rejecting the heart, but don't really need too much more at this point.
But you're gonna make Chest Jerk sad! And contrary to his name, he's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah, Mr. Gotta Have Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thunk it?
Exactly. I want to say the first time I restreamed one of his races, I was like, Chest Jerk. He's like, yes, and I live up to my name, or something like that. And I was like, no, you don't. Alright, Moon found a compass here in level 4. He's going to continue heading down in the direction of the Triforce. I don't think he's found the Any key, but that's here, underneath.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, there you go. It's a little tricksy, because it looked like a regular key, almost.
Just gotta listen to your little ding-a-ding-a-ding sounds.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding. Alright, we're going to get the Triforce at a level 4 for MoonrisenPhoenix.
Looks like Bakudah has managed to make it into a slightly different part of the 3x3 in level 7.
He's headed in the right direction, though. He's got to go, I think, north here, because this is the room that killed MoonrisenPhoenix. The Gorilla's got him just before he made it out the door. So the bow is 1 room to the north, sitting on the floor.
He's trying to use his rival Boomerang, I think, to control the crowd a little bit.
Alright, here's a bait pickup for MoonrisenPhoenix. He's taking advantage of the fact that he found a decent amount of money, and he's headed in the right direction to be able to find Second Quest 8. He just doesn't know it yet. Here is the heart and the staircase for Bakudah in 7. So, other than the Triforce, everything we really wanted to find in 7 is within 2 rooms of each other. This is good.
Moonrisen found hints.
Oh, hello, hints. Is he going to save?
Might have been the thought right there.
Alright, let's see where he goes. And unfortunately, we just saw, I believe, an arrow store on Moonrisen's screen. Alright, Bakudah's got his bow out of level 7, which means he does have a damage upgrade, even though he does not have the white sword yet. Now, alright, this I think is the, nope, this is the bomb store. Now, did we see an arrow shop?
I just looked back at the shop he went into, and that was not arrows, but...
Yeah, okay. So I'm just thinking about the last race. So unfortunately for Moon, it'll take him a little bit longer to get back to his, to get back up to vanilla level 6, which is actually level 8 today. There's the map 7 for Bakudah. Now, Moonrisen still has to go back into level 7, but he is a lot better equipped than he was the first time he was in there. And this is the jerk-face mugger that Moon ended up paying a bomb to, and then he couldn't get the reverse clip in this room. Because this is not an easy clip to do. I mean, I've been playing this game for like 9 years, and I still can't, not 9 years, but for many, many years, and I still can't do it.
Yeah, so if Bakudah's able to pull it off, this could be new territory to the right.
Yeah, especially if the Triforce is just over there, because if you can kind of finagle logic a little bit here and get the Triforce without having to find the transport staircase that takes you over there, that would be very good and time-saving.
It was a precise input.
Yeah, well, and then as chat's pointing out, you gotta hope that this is the single bomb wall in Second Quest 7 that can occasionally roll in.
And yeah, it's probably not one, too, because, like, putting a bomb wall there doesn't really help you.
Yeah, it just gives you another direction into the turret room. But alright, Moonrisen has now found level 8. Now, if Moonrisen goes to the left from start, somewhere over there are going to be silver arrows in the staircase, just waiting for him. Alright, so Bakudah giving up on the clip because that, again, it's not very easy to do if you don't get it the first time. You kind of have to walk back out and you have to get your positioning perfect. So you have to leave, go back into the block and hope that you get it the next time.
Or maybe also realize the same thing that we were just talking about, that...
The bomb wall? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rare, but it does happen on occasion, and you're just like, wow, alright, sure. So one of these transport staircases should hopefully take Bakudah into the little tail part of this 7. We could call this, So if we're trying to think up alternate names other than Cinnamon Rolls of Doom or the Spirals, we could call this a wave. It could be like surfing.
Yeah, it's a wave. I think of, like, paragraph symbol, too, because you can't quite make it because it's a little diagonal.
Yay! Silvers for MoonrisenPhoenix and 230 rupees worth of ammunition.
Very nice.
Coiled up cactus. Oh, Mako. See, I'm not the one who has issues with cactus. Yes, it is literally, they were right next to start. They were not very far away. A reverse ampersand and an apostrophe of doom. Okay. Bakudah, meanwhile, you don't have to kill. There was a fiber, Bakudah. Alright, so I think he's hoping that maybe there's a compass or something else in here. Clearly a snail also works. Ah, there we go. Bakudah's gonna go ahead and take out the dig doggers and find a mugger room, but we have the any key now on both of our runners' sides, so we can just pay the guy in imaginary keys and leave.
One other thing is Moonrisen gets to charge through these Chevy rooms, which Bakudah did not have the ladder when he did this.
Yeah, very true. So if this leads us to our Triforce, this is definitely going to make this a lot easier. And yeah, Rick, I like the party noise blower suggestion for level 7.
Yeah, like we found out that the Triforce was not ladder blocked, but maybe it can save us some time.
A bass clef. I like bass clef. And to comment in chat, guys. Hey, there's our Triforce in level 7. I avoid math like the plague. I do the same thing with grammar. I am a pastry chef. I don't write cookbooks, so I don't really worry about such things.
Oh, bass clef. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of as well. Yeah, theirs was the raft.
Okay, so this actually should be good for Moonrise. Well, we know that the Triforce is somewhere in here, but Bakudah dug a lot of this level 8, and I don't honestly remember where it was.
I believe it's way in the bottom left, and there is a shoe room in the way if you go down the left column.
Oh, okay. Alright, so Bakudah is going to go back into level 3 to take on the 3-headed Gleeok. Now, Bakudah still needs to find level 2 and level 9 and level 5, because unfortunately for Bakudah, he died on the screen where level 5 was before he got the red ring. And Rick is saying that level 8 is Simon Belmont's coiled whip from Castlevania.
That was pretty fitting.
Yeah, I like that one. And Rat Boy is saying, Z, that 8 is the G in Zelda, it's just sideways. Mm-hmm, sure. I mean, I don't pay attention to grammar, that doesn't mean I ignore spelling.
I mean, Second Quest has some ideas about spelling already, so the precedent was set.
Oh, very true. I don't know what... Ow, sorry. I don't know what they were spelling, but it's supposed to be Zelda.
So Moonrisen got to look at the shoe room. What I don't remember is what's one down from here.
I don't remember. And yeah,
oh, actually, is it an old man that might get in the way as well?
Uh-oh. But yeah, to answer a question in chat, for a second time, does the 7 map fit into the negative space for the 8 map? Yes, as a matter of fact, it does.
Yes.
Now we're getting alternate Second Quest spelling, so good job. And
yeah.
yes. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say yes, it's Eels.
Eels. I think that just didn't bomb. We'll go to the left here. I think this is an old man, and that's why. Yeah.
Alright, and that's why you couldn't bomb down. I see.
Hey,
oh, look, we now have lots of bombs. This is amazing. Okay, so here we go. Triforce out of 8 for MoonrisenPhoenix. Did Bakudah got the Triforce out of 3, so Bakudah still needs to find level 2. To answer a question in chat, does the map of 3 fit into a different decade or century? Well, in this case, the map of 3 would fit into First Quest 1 through 6. Those all fit together in the same grid. So yeah, kind of. They're in the past, and we're in a slightly not pasty. It's like a Link to the Past when you're shifting back and forth using the magic mirror or whatever.
Or Oracle of Ages, I was just taking a look at this morning.
Oh, I have not played that yet. We have a question in chat. What flute song do they have? What did you guys decide this was?
It's Shadow's theme from Final Fantasy VI.
Ooh, alright. MoonrisenPhoenix with the magical sword, the red ring, and 80 gazillion hearts is gonna go just turn that Gleeok into Swiss cheese. Bakudah, meanwhile, is gonna whistle back to 4. Do some Death Mountain exploration, because this is one of the largest sections of the map that he has unexplored. Unfortunately for Bakudah, level 5 is the screen he died on early, and level 2 is in the Lost Hills, and he just hasn't gone there. There's the Triforce out of 3 for Moon. He just needs to return to 7 and then find 9.
That was
Speaking
a 4-head.
9.
Hello. That was a 4-headed Gleeok, by the way. That was one of the heads might have been hiding.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 3 both times I saw it, but all I know is when we found it with 3 hearts, a wood sword, and both of our runners were half dead, that we probably were not clearing that at this point.
Yeah, they do the kind of like slow reveal to... Oh, more hints.
More hints, alright. Thanks, game! You just... Alright, Moonrisen back into level 7. He's immediately headed back in the direction of the turnstile room. He's gonna try the clip again. Yeah, and then he's gonna go. He's like, nah, okay, I can go the other way.
Yeah, it's probably going to be disappointment anyway, so...
Yeah, because there's a small chance it bombs, but probably not. Now, MoonrisenPhoenix saw the couple of transport staircases down here in 7. He's going to need to take one of those with a bow, the silvers, the ladder, a red ring, a wand, and you know, a bunch of hearts. There's nothing you're really digging for in 7, so I don't know that we see him also go into the staircase that has the heart in it, but who knows?
I'm very curious if Bakudah's routing will take him to the magical sword and he's able to pull it on 10 hearts.
Oh, that would be so good for him right now. Because the sword, the white sword, is actually waiting in level 2, and it really set Moon along the right path to be able to go into level 2 earlier, pick that up, and then go into some of these other dungeons with the tank, well, not even really super tanky enemies, but even just the Gorilla set, being able to kill them a lot faster was really good for Moon. Heart, oh no, please let Bakudah have the magical sword at this many hearts. 10.
This is just remembering yesterday. He's getting his potion now before he runs into trouble.
I think it's a great idea. You've got a red ring. There are second quest bubbles on this map, but at the same time, it's yeah. Damage upgrade is a beautiful thing. Alright, Bakudah's gonna go ahead and clear out East Death Mountain. Hopefully this sends him in the direction of 2, which is at vanilla level 5 today. Moonrisen is gonna start taking some of these transport staircases, hopefully here in 7. Oh wow, that screen is just terrible. I don't remember this being that bad from when Moon came up here, but maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Well, Moonrisen had a little bit more stuff.
True. So maybe he just cleared them a lot faster. Get in, get in!
I think there was also a little aspect of that, just running in the door without trying to fight them too much.
Yeah, good point. Alright, so actually, Moon finds the correct staircase. I believe this is the one that Bakudah ended up taking. You just have to keep going to the right, and you're gonna eventually find your Triforce. Bogey's arrow doesn't push again. And Gwaelin is showing her excitement over the very, very interesting race by running around and trying to knock over the cat tree.
Lovely.
Oh yeah, so if I disappear, it means that my cat brained me in the side of the head with the cat tower.
I see.
It's like almost 7 feet tall, so yeah.
And I remember from the cat cam, it's like very close to your desk, I think.
It is. It definitely is. And it's a bigger cat tower. And there's the Triforce out of level 7 for MoonrisenPhoenix. He just needs to find level 9. He did get a hint that it was up in Death Mountain.
Yeah, they both managed to get that, which is handy for later for Bakudah as well.
Well, I mean, Bakudah actually found it already, so he's just looking for levels 2 and 5. Moon is... They're the same price!
Okay.
Okay, sure. That's a good sale.
Let's just pick your favorite flavor.
Well, I mean, I like cherry Pepsi, but still. So I'll just pretend that the red one is a wild cherry Pepsi.
Okay. I like it. Back to any roads, over to Death Mountain.
This is really good if he continues over... Oh, come on. No! Wait, did he actually walk over it, or did he walk around it? Because you literally have to walk on top of the sword.
He kind of went under it, so...
Yeah. Oh, come on, Bakudah. Alright, so good news for Bakudah. He's headed in the direction with the... Oh, jeebus. With the red ring, he should be able to find 5 here in a minute. As MoonrisenPhoenix enters 9. What are we looking for here in this level 9?
There's a final boss you might have heard of. It's called Ganon. It's going to take 4 hits with the magical sword, and he can also be heard in rooms adjacent to where he is. He might be right here.
Oh, just like that, yes. Oh. Alright, sure. I mean, now with magical sword, we only have to hit him 4 times. We do have a red ring and more health than we know what to do with. So even though Ganon spawns really stupidly in these rooms, Moon's doing a great job of taking him out.
Let's peek behind these shutter doors and see if there's a princess right here. That's not a princess.
Yeah, that wasn't a princess. It's okay, but it's bacon. We have bacon. And now I want a bacon cheeseburger. Hey, that's a walk-through wall from the other side.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it when that happens. And you're just going, oh, okay, sure.
That's a vanilla second quest feature. So now we're looking for a shutter door that pops open as soon as we enter the room.
Yay! I mean, that does make it a lot easier. She's not that way, though. And this being a second quest level 9 does mean that there will be far fewer transport staircase shenanigans.
Also, like, far fewer rooms.
I know! It's kind of funny. It is a slightly less beefy level 9. Oh!
There we go.
Yay! Let's just hope she's not in a horizontal chute. Or a moat room. There's a heart on the floor and 5 for Bakudah as MoonrisenPhoenix rescues his princess and finishes with an official race time of 1:09:16.
And with that, Moonrisen takes the set.
Yay for Moon! Alright guys, Bakudah, meanwhile, is going to work his way here through 5. He has bow, he's got silvers, he's got the location of 9, the ladder, the red ring. He still needs to find level 2, but he's got all of the items that could be blocking him on the overworld, so hopefully he's in theoretical just give me the Triforce and let me leave mode. We're going to see if Moon is able to join us here in just a second. And hey, look, it was Shadow from Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, well done to, well, somebody in chat definitely got that first.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known. I don't actually play the Final Fantasy games. I've tried, and then I get sick of grinding.
Yeah, I played the early ones, but sometimes with the recorded tunes, they're changed like just enough that they fool me.
Yeah, there's some limitations as far as like the notes that you can put into the randomizer.
Yeah, I figured as much.
But alright guys, it looks like Moon should be joining us here in just a second. But yeah, so let's see. While we're waiting for Moon, let me pull up a schedule.
It's actually a decently packed schedule as we welcome to the booth MoonrisenPhoenix. Congratulations on your series win.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Smart Fires. My goodness.
GG's, Moon.
Thank you, CD.
So, I have to say, the early-ish White Sword pickup in level 2 really set this along the right path for you.
You never complain about an early White Sword, ever.
Alright guys, we have had Bakudah go ahead and forfeit in the race room, so we're going to go ahead and hit the button that will hopefully get him into the call as well. So let's get some GGs in chat for Bakudah. But yeah, that's really what kind of sets you going in the right direction. You both found level 3. You didn't end up getting the power bracelet at first. You had to go back in, I think a second time, and then a third time to kill the Gleeok, but yeah, that Gleeok was toast by the time you got back there. But yeah, you ended up going from there. You had found 7 and 2 way early in the game, which ended up getting you the bow and then the White Sword at a level 2. Welcome and GG's to Bakudah.
Oh, Bakudah. GG's, man.
And then the game decides it's going to, you get the book. So you get the book at a level 6, book and a recorder. And then the book gives you the best hint in the entire video game of...
There's a red ring in the forest.
See, I'm glad Smilefire's got it.
Oh, my goodness. That hint literally just got me going, not this again.
I mean, come on. Of all the items that could be the White Sword item, and I was hoping for something exceptionally trolly like your silvers underneath a power bracelet spot with the power bracelet buried in 9. You know, the red ring is not a terrible thing to find.
See, my strategy here saying that is that I know Bakudah, once he gets red ring, the man can motor. The man can absolutely kill it. And that is why I'm thinking red ring again. Oh goodness, he's back in this.
Well, so you and Bakudah, oddly enough, were both digging. You found 7 first, and you dug a decent portion of that. And then Bakudah was in level 8. So Bakudah had the knowledge of the silvers and the raft at a level 8 a lot sooner. And I think the Triforce on the first dip as well.
Yes.
Oh my.
I can see you lighting up, Bakudah, but I don't know if it's recognizing your mic.
Yeah, I had to switch mics because my main mic... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on just a minute.
Okay. But yeah, so that was another difference here in the seed, was that Bakudah took the any roads, and he went down, he checked the grave area, he found level 4, and he ended up finding level 8. So he got the any key out of 4, which was really useful, and he got the silvers, the Triforce, and the raft out of 8.
Yeah. Do we know the third item in 8?
No idea.
No. Once I had silvers, I was like, okay, I'm good. Give me the Triforce and get me out of here.
Yeah. And I don't think anybody would have disagreed with that one. Like, don't go back. You got the recorder. You started with it. So there's no reason to finish digging second quest 8 until you have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was relatively, it had some conveniences to it. Like, you realize you can't bomb down, but then the staircase right there just lets you into the row below that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there was,
So-
the old man or something?
Yeah, the bomb upgrade.
So now that I can speak, now that my microphone's letting me speak, yes, I saw that hint that said red ring and forest, and I was like, ooh, zoom, forest, 7? Nope, forest.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're going to find 7. I'm like, oh, we're going to leave 7. I'm like, I like this idea because it's second quest 7. Even though we knew the bow was in there and that you guys could get to it, I'm just like, yeah, no, there's better things. I was hoping you'd go up to 2. Because what really kind of set Moon motoring in this seed was he got into 2 early, and there's a white sword that you can get really, really early.
Oh, I would have loved that white sword. Where's
Yep.
2?
2 is vanilla level 5.
Oh, just right by 1.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's. Mm-hmm.
Instead, I went to 3 with a Gleeok.
Well, you both did. You both ended up going into 3 at first. Moon ended up taking a little bit longer of a dig in there because he went all the way down through the bottom of part of the kanji thing, or the shuriken. And then because he used the key to go that way, and then he had to go back in later to get the power bracelet, but that was after I think he had made it into to 2.
Okay.
So that did help him out a little bit.
Yeah, I had thought about checking Lost Hills early, but it wasn't a priority for me. There were so many other places to go.
Yeah, it's kind of a difficult spot to route in, because if you do head that way, it's pretty much a guaranteed up in A and you go back to start. So unless you find something really good, and in the chances of that are not always that great, then you're just going to end up losing progress. So it makes sense. It's a spot that a lot of us wait until the last possible minute to route in.
Yeah, and this was a weird one for me because I've got so many checks left. I didn't even go to Candle Row. I never went anywhere close to start.
Yeah, it took forever for either of you to make it over there, because everything was either like, I'm looking at the tracker I have running on the side. Most of the levels are on the right northeast side of the map, with the exceptions of 8, 9, and 4. Which are, Death Mountain and that one at the grave. Well, I mean, technically the cave is also the grave, I think.
Yeah, I think it's technically the grave.
I mean, it's one of those, it's like, all right, sure, we'll count it as the grave. I don't see why not.
Well, I mean, even the grave Armos is counted as the grave, so...
Yeah. Well, and the whistle
weird.
spot that is right where you come out from the telephone call, the whistle spot right as you come out from the maze at the bottom is somehow considered the grave as well. I'm just like, this is a desert, and it's like 2 scrades to the south, so I don't understand why that's the grave.
Yeah.
But I mean, smarter people than me decided that it was, so I will more than willingly go with it. But yeah, so that was the basically what happened is you were digging 8, which got you the silvers information, which is really good, and then Moon was digging. He got into 2 really early, and that got him the white sword, so that let him get through a lot of these dungeons a lot quicker.
Yeah, I would have loved a white sword. If I can get a white sword, red ring, I am happy.
I think most of us are. Well, okay, so Mags, by the way, if you had taken the heart instead of the potion, you would have had the magic. Yes, yes. You would have had the magical sword. And I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm going, no, but could it take the heart? I'm going, because Moon didn't find it until he had 11 hearts. So I'm just like, Bakudah needs one more, and it's guaranteed.
Well,
so
see,
I did have a question. You kind of walked around it a little bit, and I was like, you'll hear me on stream, and I'm just like, did he actually walk over the sword? Because sometimes the hitbox on that is really weird.
I'm pretty sure I hit it.
Okay.
I don't know.
No.
We'll never know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally. Unless somebody plays it offline and goes back and checks. But yeah, I mean, this is a good seed from both of you. We had a lot of good combat. We had some very interesting routing decisions. And it really just came down to, you know, Moon got all of these wonderful, amazing things because his routing was just, I guess, slightly luckier.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only thing I hated was that level 2 screen. Do you like your 1Q5 with 6 blue Lionels?
No. Especially if you're screen scrolling onto that one, that's like, okay, this is pain and torture just waiting. No. It's almost as bad as Death Armos because you have to kind of like wiggle around all of the little Armos statues and stuff.
No, what was I'm sure worse than that was the East Death Mountain bomb spot with like 8 blue Lionels.
Oh yeah.
I had red ring and like what 11 12 hearts. No, I didn't have 12. It was like 10 or 11 hearts, and 10, and they took me down to half just in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I want to say
it was a non-stop string of swords.
Yeah. I remember saying to Smilefires, it was like, you know, I don't remember this screen being this bad when Moon was wanted. Because they just wouldn't stop shooting you. They're just like, no. And all you've got is the sword, so it's like, they're just not dying.
And I was trying to hit the bomb in the right spot, but every time I would hit B or A or whatever the bomb button is, they would push me back.
Yeah.
And it was awful.
The first time that happened, I was about to say, oh, wait, look, he got a bomb drop. And then the bomb exploded, and I was like, oh, I know what happened. Okay. Like, they're not letting you in there, and then it ends up being nothing. Nope. And I was like, oh, man.
I remember one of you walked down onto a screen as well, and like 3 Wizrobes instantly fired at you.
I don't remember that.
That happened to me coming out of
4?
Level 4. Yeah. I come out and I'm like, yeah, full hearts. Bam, bam. Death.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I think we've all been there. And but yeah, so level 5, you also took an unfortunate death on the level 5 screen. You walked down from the desert, and I don't even remember what was on that level 5 screen.
Yeah.
If it was Lionels or Wizrobes, but it was like
nope. It was boulders.
Oh, because like, you had
I had a half a heart left, and I was just trying to get to that ferry so I could keep on my route, and that boulder just came down, and I thought it would go left. It went right, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah. And Moon, I was so happy. Sorry, I was so happy that you found the red ring hint before you actually had enough money to go get the blue ring, and I'm just like, nah. He knows now, because you went back in and bought bombs at the blue ring store, and I'm just going, yeah, he's not buying the blue ring. We're just getting explosives because you had been given the hint that the red ring was somewhere you could get to it.
At the very least, I was hoping so. But yeah, no, good old Plinko rocks, huh?
Yeah.
Heat-seeking.
But yeah, whenever
rocks.
I finally got into level 5, I just had a moment of, oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Killable rocks win.
Do we know?
Wand and a floor heart. Oh. So the wand also would have helped a lot because I could have had
a wand at like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had to get. I'm trying to remember where it was in 5. But yeah, it was vanilla 5, so you would have gotten it, and it would have definitely helped with your offensive capabilities a bit. Because I don't know. I think Moon, did you find an arrow store at some point? Did either of you find an arrow store?
Yes, there was one at Casino Tree.
Yeah, gambling tree. One
Okay.
one right of start.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't remember if we've seen an arrow store.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, we could definitely buy some arrows, and that would help. Because Moon had the bow, but he hadn't gone into 8 yet because it was on the complete opposite side of the world.
Well, that explains why I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't remember, and I'm just like, okay.
Well, I actually have to take off. That's why I went on ahead and forfeited. I normally like to play out a seed, but I do have somewhere to be. But I will say really quickly that if anyone was to take me out, I'm glad it was Moon. I have a lot of respect for this guy. And I'm just happy that I made it to round 2 of a bracket round, whether it's best of the rest or whatever. That was kind of my goal, was to get through the first round of brackets. And just comparing this tournament to my first few tournaments, I'm really happy with how I did. And, just constantly seeing myself improve every day as I play this game. So it's been fun.
Yay, fun.
Keep it
yay,
up, Bakudah.
yeah.
GG's, and thank you so much for the compliments. Likewise, man. I enjoy every time I get to work with you, and I'm hoping to do it soon. And again, one more thing that I said in the race room. Sorry, I had to take you down, but it's the nature of brackets, unfortunately.
That's all right. I'm just happy that our race last night was so close. That was a fun race.
It was. But GG's, Bakudah. Best of luck in the future.
And GG's to you, and you better win this for me.
I'm going to do my best. I know who's next, and it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, Moonrisen is slated to go up against Ravioli.
Woohoo!
That is a matchup. Honestly, I know Ravioli's maybe one of our newer runners, but she has been killing it in pickup races. She's even got a win over Cytown. So, yeah.
Good luck.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, so we'll say a big thanks to both of our runners here for a very, very entertaining race. We'll say thank you to bbq.gov for doing our tracking in the background, and then I'll throw it over to Smilefires, who I also thank for hanging out for like the last hour and a half, to do some schedule stuff.
Yeah, so we've been taking over SpeedGaming main today. So coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is in just half an hour, will be Game 3 between Angel FM and Cantaloupe Me. That's right here on this channel. You could hang out, grab a snack or something like that. At the same time, on SpeedGaming 4 is going to be Game 1 between Sausage Link and Almighty Babino. That's a Best of the Rest series kicking off tonight. And then at 10 p.m. on this channel will be Bogey versus Jazz Sandy 8 Game 2. And over on SpeedGaming 4 will be Special K versus Stags Game 2 of their series as well. So, plenty to do this evening if you want to see some Zelda.
Yay, Zelda!
Before we do go, thank you, CD and Smilefires, for doing the tracking. Shoutouts to bbq.gov, because tracking, always the most important thing in the crew.
Oh,
Yep,
most definitely.
You jumped in at the last minute to help us out, and we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you to Speed Gaming Network for allowing us to restream the matches on the channels. Thank you for the viewers and the encouragement. I'll see you guys in the quarters.
See you there, too.
Have a good night.